as I'm looking on the internet platforms, comments, uh, talking points, a lot of strategists and a lot of people that I'm observing upon this election, it's ridiculous. But let me revamp the Mike Tyson and Lil Boosie interview first, because I read some comments of people talking about how Mike Tyson checked, like, I ain't gonna say necessarily check, but, some of you saw the video, right? And I said to myself, and I also said, Mike Tyson came up as a boxer. He was boxing since he was young. If there's any documentaries out there on Mike Tyson and his story, it needs to be observed to see if he was one of those guys in that same element as most of us or Boosie. I never looked up it, so maybe I might be wrong. But in my opinion, if he hasn't, then I stand correct. Because with that being said, he came up as a boxer, and the element that he came in was quite similar, meaning the slums or whatever. But in the slums, a lot of us have stories being involved in the slums. From guns to selling drugs, shootouts, whatever may be the case. We all have a story. Now, does Mike Tyson have a story coming up? Maybe he does. And this is my commentary on if he doesn't, because I haven't really looked into whether he came up or any documentary on his background or whatever. And I might be wrong. And I'm seeing and hearing a lot of these buster cats. Most of them don't have no street in them. Most of them never seen that side of the streets. Oh, he checked. Look, you know what I'm saying? It's just as annoying as hearing these funny looking dudes or funny sounding dudes recording something on their phone and having this weird voice tone. They can't even hold the camera straight. It's annoying as that to hear these jokers talk about, oh, so and so and so. Mike Tyson's probably, as I say, a lot of these people that's on these platforms, in some cases, they're working for some entity. So, Boosie, why don't you shut up then? So and so and so. And I read an article that his daughter actually convinced him to check Boosie on that, if I'm not mistaken, to ask him about why. And as I gave a statement to the people on the internet, niggas like us, we move the way we move. And then we see some funny business. That's just like if Lil Boosie seen, I ain't gonna say seen, but let's say he always hollered at Dwayne Wade. He went to the games or whatever. He knows Dwayne Wade personally. And that's how you feel, whether you're a fan or not. When you support them or whatever, he knows you, basically. And for him to come out and say some stuff like that, Boosie did what any brother will do. Like, what you doing, man? Why you know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of people we need around. Females need females like that around to tell them what it is. Because it's like, if you got a friend and she was pretty, now all of a sudden she's doing all this face stuff and now she's fucked up in the face. But before that, You had that, like, look, what you doing? That don't look right on you. You see what I'm saying? You need those people like that because the society is weirdos and busters and coons and those who go along to get along and those who are just moving with the times. If the trend was niggas wearing purses, niggas will be wearing purses now. And won't say like, yeah, dude, why you wearing a purse? You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, well, he got a purse on, so what? This is the society that we're living in. And Boosie, to me, is probably the only last Joker who is still in his element to say some shit that, like, come on, dog, what you doing? Nah, we don't move like that. You understand? While a bunch of you weirdo niggas on internet, why he worrying about them and why he shouldn't say nothing, all this other crazy stuff, man, look, man. And I see that they're trying to take Boosie, they're chipping away Boosie masculinity, not in the feminine way, but just trying to detoxify him, if that's a word. You know, they call toxic masculinity and all this other stuff. Try to get him to bow down to the forces, like Mike Tyson have done. You know, to even tell Boosie to shut up or whatever. And, you know, somebody made a statement on that. And he was basically saying, like, yeah, we seen Mike Tyson give interviews to them white folks, but he wasn't so harsh. So when he sees some niggas up there, he want to be like talking nigga shit. Real talk. And that's what I wanted to say and clarify. And Boosie is right about that. Especially if he feel like he know the way or whatever. Like, you're like, dude, what you doing? You all right? You know what I'm saying? What you mean? He's supposed to do that. Because that's what a real friend will do. Somebody who's seen coming up and all this other stuff, who supports you, blah, 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 blah. You may have had some interaction with him, blah, blah, blah. He know me, I know him, blah, blah, blah. I'm supposed to say something about that. Now, here we go with this voting thing. Niggas voting. Everybody Democrat voting. People trying to convince the young youth to vote when they see the shit going on. They like, well, vote for what? Get some laws passed for us, you silly people. Like, why are you committing to going to vote because it's a celebrity type of situation for you? You're a Democrat. Motherfucker, be a human first. Love black people first. Because the more you put these people in positions of power, the more you're destroying and help destroying your people. But because you have the mark of the beast, but because you don't love or like and you despise black people, you don't care. Forget Biden and Harris. I'm driving around, I'm seeing Biden and Harris pretty much in the black community. And I'm pretty sure these are black old coon people, older people. Like, are we that naive and gullible? And apparently we are. We are if we can't see that. And for the young folks, man, look, y'all right. The wisdom that you have, you're right. Why are you voting for these people? That's destroying you, helping destroy you. Why are you putting them in the position of power over you? And I don't care about Trump neither, but sometimes you hear some what these people say. Like, one thing about what you need to realize, even when you see lawyer commercials or politician commercials, they're all snitching on each other. Have you noticed that? They're snitching on each other. They're snitching on each other to get the grand prize. That's what they're doing. So when you hear Trump talking about all these run-down cities where the education sucks, blah, 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 they're ran by the Democratic Party. And guess who neighborhoods are supporting the Democratic Party? You said it right. Us. So they do snitching on each other. Now we have to look and see, well, is this nigga Trump lying too? Perhaps maybe he is, but I'm telling you, you need to look at the reality of your communities. When they talking about planned abortions, healthcare, when they're putting that shit in your face, and like the general brought out one of the prophets, or was it? Yeah, it was him, I believe it was. He said, okay, you're promoting this woman's right for abortion, medical coverage and all this, but you're not emphasizing what women really need in their health care, and that's dealing with breast cancer. You lying pieces of garbages. But a lot of you missing that. If they're so concerned about your health, why are they putting this plan, what is it, Planned Childhood or whatever that shit is they have, that they keep promoting among them? Planned Parenthood or whatever it could be, where you go and get abortion. Like, that's the main thing you need health care for. When your health care should be concerned about breast cancer. You see? So while you all memorized, all up in this feeling of just, you just messed up, man. And that's what it is. Because you're so supportive of the thing. Now, what's keeping Israel in bondage and forever being in this situation is because the people above you know who you are. So they will keep you in this predicament. They will feed you the pork. They will feed you this. They will do all of these things. They'll make you even convince you to vote when they already observe the sins of why the Lord will never come and save you. Because we're still being rebellious. We're still being in a way of not wanting to listen. And it's destroying us. But if Trump loses and these people start killing you, it's the judgment of the Lord. Because you're being rebellious. You're being rebellious towards the prophets of telling you to separate from them, from the spirit of this place and from the spirit of these people, and yet none of you want to listen. And if that death comes, that's what that is. That's a judgment on you, and don't think God won't do it. That's what he does. You search the scriptures, you'll find out. Go look at his resume, why he did what he did even to his own people. For being stubborn. And a long time ago, I remember a couple years ago, when we see all these police killings and all that, that's the Lord trying to wake us up. To give you a reality that, yo, these people don't care about you. And you're going to vote, they don't care about you because they're still allowing these people to kill you. It's plain as 1, 2, 3. Simple as 1, 2, 3. It's that simple. And yet we're still being gullible and naive about it. We got to do better. This is Real Talk 101. The Awakening. Holla.